Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom reviews. You see by the title below, this is on episode 2 of Bloodivores, and honestly, I'm not too sure. This episode's a hit or miss in my opinion. While it was definitely more interesting in my opinion and better than the first half of the first episode, and even maybe a big portion of the first episode, this episode at least had some, it got me interested at least. I was like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? But that's also the problem. I'm pretty sure no one has an idea of what the hell is going on, really. The beginning part, I mean, it pretty much shows Milu's life being the child of peace and everything. We see his mom, to which, of course, I'm guessing she disappeared. But that's another thing. Is it the mom or the dad that's the Bloodivore? Because she didn't have the collar on her neck. And also, we couldn't really see the dad's because he had, like, his suit on kind of thing. So I'm not too sure, but the dad might be the Bloodivore, which is kind of weird. So I'm guessing that it's okay for them to work at the whatever group they are, the BST or whatever. I thought that was like a vampire, like you gotta, they're special ops kind of thing to take care of the vampires. I'm guessing, it's okay to have some vampires on there as well because they know vampires, or Bloodivores as they're calling it, obviously. But yeah, it's like you have a little bit of that, and then bam, we get thrown straight into, random new people here. We got this one guy who's an assassin, some random girl who's probably gonna end up dying just by, you could see how her character is already. She's super scared. She was hiding in the corner the whole time kind of thing. So she's probably gonna die. I do not have hopes for her living at all. But then of course, this is supposed to be like a survival game kind of thing, and then all of a sudden, pretty much everyone is dead already. Literally everyone died from these monsters, to which, I thought they would have a chance against these monsters. But the bullets don't do anything. It's just like ting, 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 nothing. So I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, everyone's just going to die here pretty much. We have, people were predicting Anji was not who she seemed. She was going to be the bad person and everything. The one who orchestrated all this, right? Turns out, it looked like that was going to be true at first, but then it turns out that was a robot. Why was that robot impersonating Anji? I have no clue at all, to be honest, at this point. That's another huge question in the air. Why are they sent here? Why is this happening to them? That's another huge question. The mystery of who killed those people at the bank is still a giant thing. The whole reasoning behind why, Milu is looking for these, papers at the bank is still kind of a mystery. There's so many questions that normally when you have, your first episode and everything. First episode introduces the world, introduces all that stuff. Makes sense. They had a good premise, I thought. It was pretty interesting in certain cases. Second episode should be kind of delving more on, showing what's going on, introducing our characters more, and answering some questions that were left in the first episode. Instead, it's just a huge slaughter. May I add, it kind of sucked, honestly, because at first I was like, holy shit, okay, maybe them getting all killed and slaughtered would be pretty damn crazy. Censorship. It is censored like crazy, and that kind of like really ruins a lot of what it is as well. I was hoping it wouldn't be censored, but it is censored, so that's another thing that kind of sucked for me in this episode. Like I said, it's a hit or miss for me in this episode. The episode overall, in my opinion, was more interesting and crazy. Like I was definitely more enjoying it, like what was going on, than the first one. But like I said, there's so many questions left open. Why is Anji, is Anji really who she seems like it? All of a sudden we see that our main character Milu is Hemo something. I'm not too sure. I looked it up and it's like a, someone that can control blood or something like that. So it would make sense considering they're vampires. So he's all of a sudden has some type of special power. I don't know if that has to do with like genetics or it's because he's the child of peace. I'm not too sure. I still don't even know why what's so special about him being the child of peace, like what that helps out at all. And in the end, the episode, huge portion of it was with the whole Milu being a kid, child of peace kind of thing. Then a portion of it was pretty much robot Anji coming out explaining, you guys are free. You guys, are no longer going to be arrested, but guess what? You have to stay here. You have to live here for the rest of your life. You have to survive. And all of a sudden, huge monsters come out. You even had a point where, robot Anji was going to get raped. And then, of course, it turns out that these collars, you can't kill anyone. You can't kill each other, or the collars will blow you up. If you take off the collar, it will blow you up. So I'm over here like, okay, so they have to survive against the monsters, but the monsters just seem like super overpowered. Like the bullets don't do anything. We have an assassin guy trying to kill him with blades. I don't think that's gonna work. And then the only person that seems to have a chance is maybe our main character with his plot armor and his special, ability kind of thing. Even the two other guys that were in their group who are also main characters listed on my enemy list. One of them was what was his name? Chen Fong. He literally was just like, he didn't know what was going. He was just like so surprised on what's going on. He couldn't move. I don't know if he's alive. And then we have Win Chao, who's the crazy guy who was about to kill himself for one moment. They're like, no, it's not over yet, and he just runs off. So I'm not too sure where they are going at all right now at the moment. But to be honest, besides the whole point of this episode being it was pretty crazy, like holy shit, like everyone's dying kind of stuff. It doesn't really excite me that much. For a second episode, it was still better than the first one in my opinion. Is it enough to keep me watching? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens in the third episode. Hopefully more questions are answered in that one. But right now, at the moment, I feel the second episode was better than the first. But now that I had, obviously I came in to watch the first episode with low expectations, and maybe that made it so I thought that the first episode was better than it actually was. Second episode had more expectations for it to be better, so then seeing it kind of went down. I was like, oh, this is kind of just like, one thing is generic, it's anything special. Obviously I already saw that was coming, nothing special, but it just feels that this episode was literally all over the place. It didn't really explain anything, and it just threw more questions at us on what's going on. But it could still be fixed depending on how episode 3 will go. But I did see that a lot of people were dissatisfied by how this second episode went. It was hit or miss. Some people are like, oh, it's so crazy, it's awesome. And then there was a lot more people there saying like, oh, yeah, that's how I predicted. It was a meh episode. And yeah, it was kind of meh. It wasn't anything super special. It was more questions than anything, and more just slaughter, everyone just dying kind of thing, and a robot Anji. That was pretty much the episode, to be honest. And I'm not really too sure on what's going on with this story, where it's going, but I'm going to give it another chance. We'll see how it does in episode 3, and as usual, the 3 episode kind of thing, we'll see if I will continue it or if I'll drop it or not. And even if it's not amazing, I may still continue it depending on how the third episode, how everything goes on in that episode. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Overall, episode, nothing special, nothing crazy, better than the first in my opinion, but that doesn't really, now that the expectations are for me are a little bit higher, it was kind of honestly disappointing in my opinion. But who knows, the next episode may be a lot better, maybe a lot crazier, questions may be answered, and everything may get better on track. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, feel free to like. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. Really does help the channel. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Until next time, see ya.